Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Anonnie's Temple. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess for the prophecy reading. I'm hearing this is serious. Like somebody is taking something very lightly, but it's actually quite serious. It could even be someone's emotions that they're taking very lightly, when in fact, the way that someone truly feels about you is quite serious. Okay? So I'm going to tap in. I'm also going to turn some of the lights down. As you all know, you find me here at the temple in the Meadowland, reposing and relaxing, rejoicing in the abundant feminine energy that I am in. Thank you for joining me at this temple as yeah, we have an Emperor energy coming out. I feel like I'm going to do quite a bit of channeling. I'm even hearing that somebody needs your help, but they don't know how to ask for it. I even want to say that maybe over the past 48 hours, maybe you've been feeling, this is to the divine collective, maybe you've been feeling a bit sluggish, or maybe you're slightly fatigued, like not enough to stop you from doing what it is that you're doing every day. But I feel here that there's someone, they're showing me like clouded, someone is almost, I heard cotton head. You know, I'm going to jump right into this message here, and as I'm channeling, okay? I have heard of cotton head as either a voodoo spell or a hoodoo spell, where it seems like somebody is just not thinking straight, and they're showing me it's a feminine energy who's doing this. And a feminine energy is doing a cotton head spell with flax seeds, I'm hearing. They're doing a cotton head spell with flax seeds on a masculine, so that when they even try to think about you, they can't necessarily put their finger on it, or it gets confusing, or it just seems very abstract, so they don't know what to hold on to. It's almost like when someone says, yeah, I don't know what to make of that, and then they just kind of leave it there. It's interesting how this cotton head spell encourages this masculine to stay very close-minded. Whereas I think if this masculine stopped what he was doing, and then he would just be in silence for a minute, or really tap into what's going on in his mind, he would be able to see the next step. It's as though this cotton head spell has this masculine taking one step forward, and then he's kind of like, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet, so I guess that's enough. And instead, it's like, no, just take the second step, and then you'll see where it is that you need to go, or what it is that he needs to do. Okay? Welcome, everybody. We're going to have some tea. I heard January. That's when this woman did this spell, in January, at the start of this Gregorian calendar year. But they did it in January for a reason. Oh, goodness, y'all. Okay, I'm going to tap in. If you're new here and you look at my videos, yeah, look, emotional pain and passion. Okay. If you're new here, I do not normally do readings in the evening or at night, because the channelings have been getting like, I'm hearing controversial in some way. And when I read during the day, I tend to read more about like physical things, things that people are doing on a day-to-day basis, the people that you interact with during the day. When I do readings during the day, it's about money or your immediate relationships or your immediate environment. But when I get called to do a reading and I'm telling you it's like after midnight and before 4 a.m., these readings become very esoteric. So I'm going to tap in and see what's here, okay? So I'm going to try to not be resistant. And I'm hearing Red Robin. And I'm also hearing that Red Robin, the restaurant, could have been someone's mother's favorite restaurant to go to. They're showing me that a masculine is in some way from the middle of nowhere. And, it's almost like, when you live in a very rural area, there are very few restaurants. People tend to take care of themselves more so in a way. And even though it's not a high class restaurant, so to speak, it's almost like this person would celebrate their birthdays at Applebee's. But Applebee's was a big deal because they're from a rural area. But if this person were to go to like New York or something like this, Applebee's would seem to be very low class, I suppose. Not very high end at all. And they're, excuse me, they are showing me something about Red Robin here. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. It's going to take me a minute to tap in, y'all, okay? I feel a little strangely self-conscious about it. They're also showing me some grasshopper energy. That there is I don't want to say hyper masculine, but there's a masculine, energetic, dominant grasshopper being that is interdimensional, and he shifts through dimensional portals and he will watch you. I'm hearing that he specifically will watch you when you're getting your work done to kind of facilitate the thought process or to make it easier for you to intellectualize, I suppose, for you to like bring the ideas together or for you to create a sequential format to your thought process so that you can think, okay, here's the methodology. Like I'm getting something here about how they're showing me like he doesn't necessarily use the words interdimensional being. It's that he phases in and out of reality. He phases in and out of dimensions. I feel that this grasshopper being helps you with research. He helps you think straight. It's like he's saying he helps you to create sequential thought or or I'm hearing something like to congregate reality in a sequence. Not necessarily a spiral or like feminine energy that is circular or cyclical. He helps you to say, okay, like in the spiral, we're going to create a method to the madness, or we're going to create a method to the day to day. I certainly am seeing a grasshopper presence here. And this, you may even, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Before you go to bed, okay? You actually consult with this grasshopper being when you are in the liminal space between awake and dreaming. If you actually paid attention in some way, they want me to say this, like this isn't judgmental, right? It's just coming across as direct, right? In its language, you will actually find that if you can maintain like 2% more of your consciousness, when you are in the liminal space, you will hear this grasshopper being clicking. Like you will hear it like clicking, because you're interfacing with it telepathically to help you answer some of the questions that you have or that you're pondering throughout the day, so that when you go into the dream state, you can dream about it, or so that it can actually go directly into the unconscious. And when you awake the next sunrise, you're already acting in a way where there's a solution. I'm even hearing the name Jeremiah. Okay. Someone's grandfather here actually interfaced with this being as well. Like, this is a being who's been with your family, with the masculine side. Sorry, I heard my cat. With the masculine side of your family, the paternal side. Okay. Oh, all right. I see you all in the chat, but I'm going to try to keep channeling, okay? They are showing me something bizarre about a gold chain. Oh, it's a necklace. Okay. This grasshopper being, when they come to you, I think that they are unsupposing, so to speak. Like, they're very pleasant, so to speak, or they're very friendly. However, in their actual hierarchical stature, others may find them, excuse me, others may find them to be powerful, and this powerful presence may feel intimidating to those who this grasshopper being aren't interfacing with. He's here, he's saying that there's actually like a selection process, and he wears a particular necklace. And he's saying that this necklace actually looks similar to the necklace that Chell stole in the road to El Dorado. Okay. Like, um, they're even showing me that tongue popping comes from grasshopper beings interacting with Aboriginal cultures in Africa. That's where tongue popping comes from. Like, oh gosh, okay. But he's showing me like this necklace for some reason that is in my mind that matches a necklace that is in the road to El Dorado. And it's when Chell first meets Tulio and Miguel, because, oh no, she didn't steal a necklace. She stole a golden bust. Whatever. Okay. They're showing me a gold necklace that looks like an upside down triangle. And then there's either a ruby or an emerald that they place at the center of this necklace. And it shows this grasshopper being's hierarchical status in their society. But, like, he's saying that there's no sense of transference, so to speak, when he's interacting with the human being. Okay, because there's not meant to be that energetic force of power or overpowering or dominion. It's like he's interfacing with you. They're actually showing me an albino grasshopper, which I have not seen before. And they're telling me about how there's a like, let me say this here. I feel like this grasshopper being that I'm talking about right now interfaces with the feminine. And I feel like they're showing me a feminine dominant grasshopper being who's actually albino that may interface with the divine masculine. I've never heard this before, but they're showing me that their feminine expressions of their beings actually may be albino. They said they're not reptiles, no. I must say, I don't know. I'm feeling some type of way. It's also the new moon energy they're telling me. So I'm trying to relax into it, but I haven't been too relaxed lately. I haven't been too relaxed as of late, he's saying. Not sure if I should say this or not, but they're showing me how uh, I don't know if I feel comfortable saying this just yet because this experience that I had, it's still kind of sinking in for me. I'm just gonna breathe you all, okay? There's even like purple. There's even like, and it's his grandmother, he's telling me. There's certainly a regality to this grasshopper being who interfaces with this union, with this specialized romantic union. And the mother, his mother, this grandmother here, is almost like this deep brown hue that looks purple. Let me take a sip of this tea. I don't know what this is. I'm hearing someone say, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, again, like a masculine energy is quite confused. He could be searching for his purpose. I'm hearing the word regalia almost in a way that he's escaping to another culture or he's escaping to somewhere where they have like a particular culture and there's regalia that they wear. There could be a headdress or they're showing me something about straw or hay. Like a masculine energy could want to retreat to reconcile with who he is so he can find out more about himself. I'm also hearing a bit that it's because the feminine has been ignoring him. They said that they want me to pull on that. Why is the feminine ignoring him? He wants to know that too. Like, why are you ignoring me? And it's because of a lack of safety that she's feeling. And he's not showing up to her. I'm also seeing a 6-pointed star. Okay, now I'm starting to feel the channeling because I feel like I don't want to move. Like when I channel, sometimes I become just like very still. There's really a journey within the heart here that they're showing me. Where you and a masculine, like a feminine and a masculine, they really truly want the same things, but they're avoiding each other. They're showing me it's interesting as though when you have two stars and they circle around each other's orbit because they know that when they come into contact, they combust into each other or they become become each other. And then it creates a whole other celestial body in and of itself. It's like a collision of two stars. You cannot untangle something that had two things that have collided together. And they're telling me it's not necessarily a black hole, because a black hole is when a star dies. It's literally, excuse me, it's as though the both of you know that when you finally come together, your life will never be the same. And and the two of you, in some ways, are stubborn, like too stubborn to give up what is no longer working to come together, because it's a union. It's not two separate lives that people are living adjacent to each other or next to each other. It's not roommates. It's a union. And they're telling me here, it's like you and this person share a DNA, and not in a bloodline DNA type of way, like an oversoul DNA. And there's no going back. And maybe the two of you are a bit afraid of this. There, give me a second. I am hearing like King James or King Solomon. Um, you're very uncomfortable. They are encouraging an energy here, I'll take it generally, to look at how one tends to seek out discomfort when they are truly looking for comfort. You are uncomfortable without seeking comfort. And they're not letting me tap into the masculine energy yet. I feel like I'm speaking to feminine. It's like seeking out the pain of childbirth in a way, again and again. But being too stubborn to allow in the dopamine rush that acquaints the childhood or the child birthing and even the child rearing experience. There's a sensitive matter here they're also showing me, because the masculine came through and said that he may have a particular sensitive history with Oxycontin. And it has to do with his hometown, where they were teenagers and they would take prescription drugs. And he doesn't do it anymore, but it has made him particularly cautious. I mean, I'm hearing even it makes him particularly cautious when loving. It's interesting how to say the two of you are somehow like pain seekers without the pleasure principle that comes with it. It could even be someone who's very into like tattooing or getting tattoos because okay, I don't necessarily want to say that, but because there it's because of the discomfort. Now they're playing the song for me that's the title of this video. Where have you been all my life? It's peculiar how this like pain pleasure principle has ruled over both of your existences. Like something doesn't feel like a gain if there's no pain, and something feels too easy if it's only pleasure. And without each other, I feel that this will repeat itself because the two of you are teaching each other that that's no way to live. That's why this union requires different action. This is even reflective of gratifying or excuse me, this like gratification with being hurt. Like I'm not sure of how to say this, and I feel like it's very sensitive because they're even showing me it's not physical, it could even be emotional. Like when mm, like if someone's mean, it could mean that they care about you. Or if someone has selfish tendencies, or as you know, this buzzword, narcissistic tendencies, that that emotional discomfort is familiar for the both of you. For the both of you. There's some form of disbelief here, or like you think it's just you. Know it's both of you. There's a healing paradigm here in a connection, in a connective force, they're saying, that washes away the need to suffer. What is, I'll stick with it, okay? It's like it washes away the need to suffer and replaces it with comforting. Comfort. There's a very, this is like emotional, like I'm feeling tears. And they're not letting me go to the masculine energy just yet, but he's here. And he has witnessed and experienced the same. where comfort feels very foreign to him. He's saying that one of the main times that he has ever felt comfort in his life was when he was holding his sister's child. Not just a child, but an infant, like a newborn, a newborn. It's that level of vulnerability with another human being by which it requires nurturance. And he's saying he's never felt anything like that before in his life. My. Okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just letting this energy pass through. And this man, he very deeply wants a baby. Because he wants to see how it feels for him. But there's also here this uncloaking I'm hearing. Like there's this uncloaking that he needs to do. To be more honest on whether or not he's ready for that, because you can't hold a home for a newborn while also still working on this principle of discomfort having meaning more than it simply just being unpleasant. They're showing me here that there's this layered dimension that they're showing me the masculine now, which is nice. That they're showing me that there's this multi-layered definition and feeling and experience that this man has when it comes to something being painful, and he has overcomplicated pain into meaning when it doesn't really have to be more meaningful than I don't like it, or pain doesn't need to be more meaningful than simply don't go that way, don't do that thing, that doesn't feel good, it doesn't have to feel good. Like there's been mental gymnastics. This man could have even done gymnastics when he was a little boy, they're telling me. That's going to be put off to the side. But they just showed me perhaps a little boy that wanted to go into gymnastics, or who was very flexible, or he tried gymnastics when he was younger but never followed through on it. Okay, but they're saying, and as a result, his body has actually stiffened into putting on a lot of muscle in some type of way, because he literally halted his frame from experiencing flexibility. So he could be a bit, I don't think he's necessarily a beefcake, but it's that type of muscular tension that he consistently feels. But they're showing me here that for the both of you, feminine and masculine, you don't need to attribute meaning to pain. It is the meaning that it is in and of itself. So don't go through something and you're like, ooh, that hurts. And then you're like, it hurts because of this and because of that. And because it hurts, I need to interpret it this way. And even though something hurts, it has a meaning in the future. Like they want you to literally just stop at the first thought that it is painful, and then to leave it there, leave it at that. Because there's a hyperfixation on discomfort rather than that hurts, right? Like when a newborn, the newborn self that you carry within you all time exists at once, yes? It's that newborn energy of it hurts, I cry, painful, I walk away. Newborns are taught to sit in discomfort because they didn't think that there was a way out, okay? Like this is getting very personal. You know what I mean? Like, this is sensitive. These are sensitive matters here. But I'm hearing, but they're explicating or they're explaining what's going on in the heart so that there's a clearer principality to live by for the both of you. Okay? They're showing me toddler age, that there was discomfort in the home or maybe yelling or arguing, and the toddler had no idea how to react, so they would sit there. You don't have to sit there anymore. Oh, my. Let me ground. Let me center. It's you'll find each other when you find. Give me a second here. Because the physical form is uncomfortable sitting even in this chair. They're saying, like, even this chair, why are they coming for me? Okay. They're even saying that this chair that I sit in is uncomfortable and yet I do it anyway. I think that there's like, so they said, so let me adjust myself. They're saying that like there's way too high. Okay. They're just saying like there's way too high of a pain tolerance that doesn't need to be there anymore because you're not in a state of threat anymore. In fact, you are well taken care of, well provided for, well seen, well loved, well witnessed, well listened to, well adjusted. They're saying that's for the masculine. They're showing me that this masculine has an insecurity point in their heart space that they're like a mess up or like a fuck up or something because of where they come from, this rural town. Like they're just showing me a lot of like yellow grass, so to speak. So they feel like they're a fuck up in some way, but they're not. Like, in fact, this masculine is, they want me to say, like, they want me to do words of affirmation and of love here for him, that he is actually well adjusted. He is a well adjusted man. Okay. So now I see the two of you holding hands. And I think that this had to be a deep discussion in the soul space between the two of you, because I feel here that maybe there's only been communication between the two of you in the dream state, but it hasn't been sticking in the awakening state or in the waking state. Like they're saying here, like they keep showing me the two of you holding hands now. Like it's time to hold hands now, to see each other. Truly. Okay. They're telling me something about fingerprints. Give me a second here to readjust because there's a new energy now. There's a new energy now. Okay, let me take a sip. I can talk about this. My eyes are actually open now. When I was just channeling, my eyes were closed. Oh. And I forgot how like channeling can be a bit pummeling. You know, sometimes it can feel like the energy. I don't know, like I don't it's not the energy is heavy, but it's not negative. It's like this it's almost like they're coming down to meet me instead of me going up to meet them. And I feel like it's because of this like discomfort principle or something, but they're still willing to meet me where I am at. It's in some ways like when you're being pulled out of the mud. That's what they want me to describe it as, being pulled out of the mud. Like a lotus flower. They could have a lotus tattoo. The masculine could have a lotus tattoo on his arm, on his right arm, near his shoulders. Okay. All right, I'm going to see if there's anything else here before I pull tarot. I'm telling you, this is so funny. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate this levity here. They're playing the song. You know, okay, sorry. Sometimes I feel like the references that I have are so particular because they need to pull out of symbols or imagery or even emotional memories that I have in my own mind that I can verbalize here to you all. Excuse me, excuse me. I give gratitude for the release of that energy now. It was very heavy. They're showing me the episode of SpongeBob where there's the lost episode, and Patchy the pirate is having a house party. And his parrot, his like pet parrot, is like a nuisance to him, but they're also like best friends or whatever. And they're playing me this song that's when there's a robot that's at the house party, and the robot's a DJ, and the robot is like "Booga, booga," when worlds collide, when worlds collide. I know that that is so um particular, and I don't know the rest of the lyrics to how that song in SpongeBob goes, but it's like when worlds collide, when worlds collide, and that's how it feels when the two of you come together again, like the star systems even coming together. Earth, man, and eyes when worlds collide. Um, Give me 1 second because there is one other thing here, but I'm trying to gauge the validity of it before I say it out loud. Yeah, this man has a grasshopper being around him, definitely. Okay. I'm also hearing that he has a water being around him, like a water deity, a water being, like a consciousness that is of water that is around him as well. I'm asking this question because when I heard when stars collide or when worlds collide, as I've been describing, I got this reference that there could actually be it's austery. What is austery or an auspicious austery austerous, something like this, auspicious. They're showing me here that it's almost like human beings don't necessarily completely witness the makings of their DNA and where it truly comes from and their cosmic origins as of yet. They don't make much of it as of yet. In the generalized population they're sharing. But I even feel here in fact that there's like this masculine being who comes from a respective star system and a feminine being who comes from a respective star system, and they're walking around as these like regular human beings outside of this recognition that their union also has cosmic origins, that like the procreation of these two DNA lines also connects to the connection on a cosmic level of these two star systems or these two respective star beings also coming into a peace treaty, so to speak, or coming into a peaceful collision. I'm not sure, okay. They said that that's fine. I'm questioning. They said it's okay. So there's something humorous and comical about watching the masculine over here live their life and the feminine over here live their life. And there's this ignorance towards like as above so below, that this union also creates a form of permission for the DNA sequences to combine in ways that these cosmic origins are wishing to take place. Right? Like people think that they're this DNA cosmic experiment, right? But like the experimentors, so to speak, in some way, are watching and waiting for these DNA sequences to combine between the two of you. And I'm hearing you're so much more alike than you thought. So I'm going to put a period at the end of this sentence, okay? Thank you for the channeling. Thank you. Please return. Okay. I think I'm going to come back into the body, and I am going to pull on some tarot. And when I pull on tarot, these messages tend to be a bit more physical, as I shared. Hold on. They want me to also do throat exercises. Okay, I will do that. This could go for masculine or feminine, but they just told me this as the feminine dominant energy, or the divine feminine representation here as well, the divine feminine spokesperson. Okay. You may want to try some throat exercises when it comes to like singing. And like when you will be in meditation and you vocalize certain mantras, they would like this to be done here. Okay? To connect a particular geometric sequence to the throat. So it could be mantras or sounds or or chanting if you're nasty. Okay, what was that? But like they made a joke there about Janet Jackson for some reason. They if you really want to get into it, they want you to try some chanting. Okay? All right, I'm going to come out of that. Thank you. As I feel like this grasshopper being is like literally in the hallway over there. Okay. We're good. Judgment and Two of Wands. Thank you. I'm going to put that SpongeBob song. Yeah, we have Six of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. I'm going to put that SpongeBob song in the community, on the community board, in the community chat, after I finish this reading. Thank you all for liking and for being here and for subscribing. I mean, you don't have to subscribe. I'm kind of getting over that type of stuff. Like in my physical reality here, yeah, they are saying that I've been very uncomfortable, but in my physical reality, I've been becoming a lot more popular on social media. And I've been trying to figure out how to reconcile with that because like my social media is also kind of like connected to my career and to my work. And, in some ways, and so it's like what I've had on my mind lately is creating a sequence where I create content and then it just posts itself so that I don't need to spend so much time on social media. It's getting to that point, like the popularity is like getting to that point where I kind of want to have somebody do it for me. We have the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. Thank you, Creator. So show me this. There's no judgment here, but they're kind of saying like maybe you really haven't been listening too much lately. And I feel like the grasshopper being is in the kitchen now. I like saw a spark in the kitchen. A sparkle. They said a sparkle in the kitchen. Okay. This one. Look at that. Look at this one. Ace of Wands. Yeah, sparkle. Thank you. Okay, let's see what the cards will share. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Most High. Um, thank you, benevolent beings. Hashay. They're saying High Priestess. I just want to point that out here before I begin. I'm actually going to start with the Unicorn Tarot. Is there anything else you would like for me to share? They want me to say specifically that this grasshopper being wears a red robe, that there's some type of like denomination where they will wear a robe that is red, and it's not demonic at all. Like they're like, we repent, we rebuke that like completely. There's something about not the color of red, but like the color of ruby, right? Like when you say the color red, you feel a certain way, but when you reference ruby, it feels royal. Okay? Page of Cups. Thank you. Okay. Oh, this isn't the Unicorn Tarot. My bad. Oh, that card was in the wrong place. Okay, let's do Joie de Vivre anyway. What would you like to show me as final messages or any more part of the channeling, please? Okay, that hit the ground. I'm going to leave it. Let me move this up a bit so y'all can see me a bit more. Hey, Pharaoh, Grand Rising. Okay, that hit the ground too. And so did that. Maybe I shouldn't be pulling any tarot. What is happening? There we go. Oh, peculiar. You see all those cards that hit the ground, and then what they show us here is the Page of Swords reversed, being watched. Someone who's watching you, they're looking for information, but they keep missing the point. They're not on the level of really understanding what it is that you have to say, how you say it, and what it means. They're saying that you're someone who could be way before their time, so to speak, or rather that you're only for a particular niche of true understanding on the cosmos and of reality. So there are plenty of people, right? I was just talking about my social media, not this, but I have other social media, of course. They're talking about how like people who will get it, and the other people, they will just watch. And I feel that this may be, oh gosh, oh my gosh, like I can feel the presence of like the being over there. It's okay, it's okay. Okay. Page of Swords reversed, monitoring, right? Like there are monitoring spirits, and they don't want you to, or they want you to recognize that when people get it, they get it, and if they don't, they don't. And for those who don't get it, what do you think those people will do? Like Page of Swords reversed is monitoring, watching, gossiping, talking about it. But it's because it's not for, it is for them at some level, but it's only for them at their level of understanding. And you're not meant to be controlling that threshold. So Page of Swords reversed is like people will talk, people will watch, and that's the only thing. Like nothing else but beyond that is of your concern. We have the Seven of Pentacles because there's work to be done, because there's work for you to do, because there's purpose here, because you've been working on something or developing a skill over time, whether you know this or not. And this skill that you have, it cannot be, there's something here about like the skill that you have, you don't need to be taking into consideration other people's interpretation of it. It's almost like when you have an artist who just creates a painting or they create art, and it's because that's what they're called to do. And you cannot, here's the thing. It's like, what is the meaning of an art gallery where the painter was always trying to consider everybody else's interpretations of their art? That's going to stymie the process, or that will stall the process. People are entering into your art gallery and they want to know you. They want to know who the artist is and their expression and their interpretation of reality, meaning the artist's interpretation. So people are entering into your art gallery wanting to know what the treasure is, so to speak. They want to witness the creative force that is unique unto you. So maybe they're even saying here, like, I don't know if it's like lately you've been very considerate or self-conscious or something, but it's quite literally like there is a line of people waiting to get into your art gallery, and that's how valuable all of your creative force energy truly is. So you don't need to be like, I'm going to consider that someone said I should put purple here instead of blue. Like, no, I decided to do blue. And that's why you're at my art gallery, because you wanted to see why I decided to put blue there. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Like there's a lot that's hitting the ground here. Thank you. On top of Page of Swords reversed, we have 10 of Swords reversed and the King of Coins. Interesting. This is about like livelihood, how you make your money, what you're developing here, what you're called to do. They're telling me that you have already answered the call, but you're just kind of, no, give me a second here. Give me a second. Let me relax. Okay, this is what they're showing me. Give me just a minute. And I don't want to pull, I want to pull one more on 7 of Coins, but they said just not yet. Just a second. I mean, there's a lot that's here, and it's coming through like, I will try to explain it in the most coherent manner that I can here. In some ways, it's as though the vessels or the bodies that actually have a soul are artists in and of themselves because they're reflections of the divine creator. So those who can create can inspire. And that is some of the greatest power that we have in the universe for those who have that soul, or those who have that spirit, for those who are the creator itself. And they're showing me here that there's a lot here. Page of Swords reversed and 10 of Swords reversed is, you know, I don't always talk about like NPCs and stuff like that, but I'm hearing like hollowed out. These people who come to see the artist at work are in some ways hollow themselves. And this is why they are a Page of Swords reversed and a 10 of Swords reversed, because they're not like you. I'm sugarcoating this, yes. Okay, like I am. I'm sugarcoating this. There's no need to respond to any thoughts or opinions of hollowed out beings who are already in line, wanting to watch the creative force flow through you and to then witness your creations, and then to take that energy, to have no idea how to inspire themselves with it. They have no idea how to conjure with it, how to do creative force, energetic work, so to speak. They don't know how to do that. They don't do stuff like that because they're not the force of, they're not the flow of creator itself. So the only thing that they particularly know how to respond is what they regurgitate from what they've seen or what they've been told to react and how to be in society or on TV or from like social rhetoric or from the media. So that's why there's this gossip. That's why there's this 10 of swords reversed, because they don't how do I say this? Like they don't even have like the functional blueprint to inspire. They don't have the functional blueprint to create literally from something from nothing, right? It's as though there's an AI where it does nothing without a prompt. But if you take the AI outside, if you give it a body and you, in some ways, allow it to think for itself, that doesn't mean that it's creating art. Okay? There's something about that here. The energy is just, excuse me, the energy just became like very still, very, very sober. Okay. The last thing that I'll say here is like, it could even just be bots, so to speak. Like, um, really take your attention and your gaze away from those hollow beings or vessels or this artificial typology that cannot create art like how you can. Thank you. They said I can transition out of that energy. Thank goodness. Um, oh, okay, Pharaoh says I comprehend spirits' messages. Okay, thank you. Okay. Because you're showing up here as the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, like someone who is able to look at soil, plant a seed, nurture that seed, and allow it to grow. And because you're able to do this, it means that it's like you're actually connected to all that is, instead of going to the market, picking something up, and then digesting it as a hollowed out being. Okay? All right. What time? Oh gosh, it's been over an hour. Let's start to close this out, creator, if that's all right. I'm gonna have to try to calm down after this. Like, how am I supposed to sleep after this? Okay. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Source. In gratitude, thank you for these messages, Most High. Divine. Yeah, interesting. We have the Hierophant coming out in the reversed here. Show me this, please. I don't know. I'm hearing they know no God. What is that? We have the Hierophant reversed and the Chariot here, as though there's some type of separation happening. Give me a second. That's intense energy. Hierophant reversed and the Chariot upright. They're saying followers, almost as though like, you know, on social media, when someone has a bunch of followers, I think you're about to come to find out that not all of those are even people. Show me one more for Hierophant reversed, please. Hierophant reversed in the Chariot, please. Claire, okay, thank you. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands. Like there's movement here, there's transition from one phase to another. Chariot energy is specifically when you come out of a warfare, you come out of a challenge and you are claiming your victory. It's like Excuse me, it's like when you have a parade that's going on in the streets to congratulate you because you have been victorious. So you're riding the grand chariot. That's exactly what someone is doing here, but I just wonder why the Hierophant is in the reversed. Because do you see that light flashing? No, you don't. Okay. It's a candle. It was just flickering. Okay. I don't know why the Hierophant is in the reversed, because that tends to represent corruption, oppression, inverted reality or inverted spirituality, inverted religion. So perhaps this is what you are moving on from or moving out of, or maybe this is just literally to represent that you're out of the matrix now. And this is what you've been working on for all of these years, being able to look around you and to see the Page of Swords reversed and 10 of Swords reversed. Like there are some bodies here that are acting in ways where there's not even like volition there. Hierophant reversed, as I'm reading all of the reversed cards together, is like these people don't even have free will, so to speak. Okay. The candle's flickering a lot. Maybe this is something that you've had to come to see now. And it took all these years. 7 of Pentacles, King of Coins. Can we close this out, please, Most High? Thank you. I'm going to close out this message pretty soon. We have the 7 of Swords over here. Show me. This one. Do you want this one? 7 of Swords to the 5 of Swords. This seems important, so I'm going to stick with it. To the 10 of Cups. That's very, in some ways I want to say incriminating, but like 1 in 100. Why are they telling me this? Like they're telling me something here about like, oh, Pharaoh's like, I'm still listening. Thank you. I'm working through it. Okay. They're telling me something about how like, I really love the show. It's called Physical 100. You know, like how Netflix, for a very brief period of time, they were like creating these competitive series where it would be like 1 in 100, or there's like one person who wins out of 100 people. And if you're also familiar with statistics, when you have a sample size of 100 people, you're able to start to standardize that data. But they're actually showing me here, it's like you are 1 in 100. So to speak. Like if you look at your community with the 10 of Cups here, you are literally 1 out of 100 people who is not this like NPC energy. 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 10 of Cups is really shitty. Like how could you be surrounded by so many people who are so selfish, who only think of themselves? It's like, maybe often you find yourselves in communities like that. Show me this here, please. Show me more, please. The Hermit. Wow, that's a confirmation. I'm hearing another song, okay? All my life, I pray for someone like you. And I thank God that I finally found you. Yeah, we have the Hermit and the 3 of Cups, finding your people, finding your tribe, finding your partner. I feel like I'm kind of want to close this out here, but that's what they're sharing. I do think that there's love, but even more than this, I think what you are also seeking is community and having genuine people surrounding you who you can trust, who have a spirit, who have this hermit energy, who are human, so to speak. And I feel here like I don't know. They're showing me it's like maybe it has felt like the Truman Show for you, or like you've been in a play, or that you're on this like very large stage where there are just a bunch of actors. Seven of Swords to the Five of Swords to the Ten of Cups is like an entire community of people who are just acting. So I see here you finding the 1 in 100, so to speak, of the other people who have 100 people or 99 people around them who are also just acting. So now it's like the one over here, the 100 over here, and the one, excuse me, I'm getting there. Thank you, Divine. It's like the 1 in 100 over here, okay, is now finding the 1 in 100 over here, so that the both of you become two, instead of the both of you trying to find a home with the other 99%. Okay? Yeah, there is love here. Can you see the Lovers? Okay? Um, Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. Like the both of you have been working. And we have the World card here, so I'm going to close this out. The both of you have been working incredibly hard to find each other. Yeah, like where have you been all my life? All my life, I've prayed for someone like you. I feel here it's like the both of you have had to trudge through the 99% to come into union with each other. So I feel here like they're saying that trudging through the hollowed out beings, the trudging through the NPCs, so to speak, it's done, it's completed. Okay? Knight of Swords, yes. The two of you are on your way to each other swiftly and quickly. What is this Knight of Swords and the Devil? Like, you see how this keeps coming out? This type of like body humping. What the fuck? Body humping? I rebuke that. This type of like body jumping type of energy. Show me this, please. Are we done? Yeah. This is gang stalking, so to speak. I don't know how else to say it. Knight of Swords, the Devil to Eight of Swords. Okay? And then we have the Ace of Wands in the reversed. And I accidentally said body humping, and I don't know what the hell that is. Most High, you really want me to look into that? Three of Pentacles. I don't think I'm gonna get into like this type of sex cult stuff that people do. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. Eight of Rods. Look at how they're encouraging me to talk about it. The Empress and the World and the Page of Wands. They're literally saying like, Empress, you need to give this message out. I don't know. Okay, like I don't want to channel anymore, but let me get this final message out. Okay. Four of Pentacles and the Lovers, because like a partner needs to hear this, or somebody that you're in a divine union needs to hear something about this, that there's organized crime. Oh, okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. I feel like a partner here, one person in this union needs to hear that there's a form of organized crime, but it's like organized crimes of passion. Okay. And I'm not getting like trafficking here, and I rebuke that because I'm not going to tap into that type of energy right now. What I'm actually getting here is almost like organized crime that is honeypots, where someone who will intentionally be so attracted to you and show so much for you that like you feel like you're getting special attention, or it makes you feel very like you get a lot of gratification from it, but it's planned. Three of Coins and Eight of Wands is like people coming together to create a treaty, to create a specific plan or strategy to try to keep someone stuck. This is even like My. Okay. They're even showing me here for the masculine energies. Like this is also like I'm going to put this sensitively. Like they're also showing me like white fluid retention, that they could kind of be like sending energies in so that you are not, or so that you're breaking the seal of your white fluid retention. Okay, that's what they're telling me here. So maybe the masculine has been celibate for a slight bit or something like this, or you haven't been why am I saying this? Like you haven't been excreting as much lately. Like what the fuck? Okay? But like sorry, I feel uncomfortable saying this, but this is like a very specific message. They want the masculine to be particularly aware of honeypots that are trying to break the seal of his creative force energy, of his sexual force, his sexual energy. That is the creative force. Okay? They want him to be aware of this. Ace of Swords. Okay? Take it or leave it, masculine. That's for you. Justice in the reversed. It would be a shame. Or their justice reversed and the death card reversed. It's almost like, why am I? I'm gonna say, I don't know. And then the Emperor's at the bottom of the deck. This is for this is for somebody's masculine or a Emperor masculine energy. Okay, like even like a foreign body. It's almost as though like maybe this Emperor has been traveling, or there's going to be someone who is like from a foreign country or something like this. And they're sent from that foreign country specifically to try to interfere with this man's purpose, with the justice in the reversed and the death card reversed, so that with this Ace of Wands in the reverse, something never gets off the ground because he's already expelled that creative force energy that he has into something that's not worthy of it. Okay? In some ways, it is like it's like trying to grow a mango tree in the desert. Like you don't inseminate the seed of the mango tree in a desert. Okay? I hope you get what I'm putting down, masculine. All right? Okay, that's enough. I'm going to officially end this. Ace of Cups, High Priestess. Thank goodness they're happy with the message today. Whew, okay, that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay. Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. Let me do Cosmic Family Tarot. Final messages, please, as I close out this channeling and this reading. Thank you all for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. Just a couple cards, please, because I want to go back to sleep. I want to go back to bed. Hanged Man on the Fence. What's that about? Hanged Man on the Fence and the Emperor and the Four of Wands. Here's the Feminine showing up as the Queen of Coins. Show me. And the Star. What did I say? I feel here there's a celebration because there's a merging of, there is the merging through give me a second here. Oh, okay. This is similar to the message that I dictated at an earlier time in this reading. There are two stars and two worlds colliding here. And as such, there are two starseed connections, two starseed DNAs merging in union. Okay? This relationship is happening. It is settled. It is here. And it is also even celebrated. Final messages, please. Justice. Sorry about the light, y'all. Justice here. And that is the orderly way of things. That is the order by the divine. Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. That is the divine order. All right, I'm going to close this out now because I would like to watch a movie and go back into dreaming, right? It's early. What time is it? It's like 5 a.m. here now. Okay, let me close this out, please. Thank you, Divine Creator. Glory be Source One. Thank you, Most High Divine Creator of all things, for the glory and for the inheritances of my spiritual, physical, and psychic gifts, which continue to grow stronger and stronger, and which also continue to bring in prosperity, love, and abundance for my I am. We give gratitude for this divine union, for this cosmic divine union, and this brilliant, beautiful cosmic divine alignment we are within always. Thank you to the benevolent cosmic family and benevolent beings, our spirit guides, archangels, and guardians, and the benevolent deities upon us, who also show us this guidance and pathway for our highest and greatest good, for our highest and greatest love and union, by which we walk upon this pathway now. Thank you, Source One, for the levity that is under my feet. Thank you for the blessings by which I can spread my wings and feel seen as a divine being. Thank you for your protection, Most High Divine Creator of all things, and all of the benevolent beings of protection which surround us at this time and always. Thank you, Source One. I close the portals that I have been looking within and through, and I give gratitude once more. And I close out the energy of this reading. Ashe. Okay, everybody, I'm out. I am going to go cleanse and relax. I mean, I feel like, as you can imagine, if you watched this from the very beginning, you can imagine and see how, like, I don't do channelings like that every day. Okay? But they're saying, but I can. Okay. The sun and the hermit. They're like, well, if you want to, you can. They're saying it may actually feel good, Six of Pentacles. There's always more that they would want me to channel and talk about. Okay, so I'm gonna ease into those waters, okay? Let me close out the energy of this reading once more, and I detach my energy from any remnants picked up along the way as I remain purified, cleansed, and clean, and in my energetic field in all ways. Thank you, Ashe. Okay, I am going to close this out. I will see you all in the next one. It was great to see you in the chat, and y'all be good. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.